Hey Field School, Mr. Rich here, and today we are going on a bug hunt, specifically aquatic insects. You all are going to become entomologists today and hopefully continue searching for bugs during your free time. So today we're going to enter the Rogue River. I'm going to go into the Rogue and I'm going to collect some insects from the bottom of the river. And I'll explain a little bit more in detail how to do this and what bugs we're specifically going to find. But for now, I got to get the bugs out of the river. So an entomologist is a scientist who studies bugs and all types of bugs. But today we're going to be talking about the importance of bugs that live in the water. Macroinvertebrates, they're called. And these macroinvertebrates signify a few different things. One that it signifies is the health of a river system. So the more bugs you can find in the river that are specific to this river, the healthier the river system is. The other thing that it indicates is that the healthy the bug population means that healthy the fish population and the wildlife population. The fish feed off of the bugs that live in the Rogue River or any river and lake, and then along with the fish feeding on it, it also attracts bird life and other animals to the water system. On the upper Rogue River, we have lots of different animals, but one specific animal that we have here that not a lot of people realize is we actually have river otters that live in the Rogue River. So once you've gathered your water, your rocks, and your mud, it's time to start to identify what lives in the river or lake. And specifically, since we're on the Rogue River, we're going to identify some of the insects that we found in the Rogue River. You can do this anywhere. You can do this on any river, any lake, any creek. And an easy way of doing this is, one, by wading into the water or being close to the bank and just picking up rocks and sticks that are underneath the water, and you'll be able to identify certain bugs that live in that water by just looking underneath the rocks and the sticks. Or you can go to an elaborate measure like this, of which I will give you all the materials online that you can use. Specifically a tray, you have a little net to capture bugs, you have your ice cube trays to separate the bugs, and your bucket, and then also either tweezers and Q-tips. The tweezers and Q-tips are to get the bugs out of this big mess that we've just created. So you're probably wondering how to identify the actual bugs that you find. Well, some of them will be quite easy. Hopefully we'll find a crayfish or a worm, but the other bugs that you might not be able to identify will be a little tricky. So I'll also make sure that you have the ability to either print off or look at a key for the bugs that are in the river. But you can also find, this is what Mr. Rich has, Midwest Streams Bug Life, a hatch guide. This allows me to identify any bug that lives in any river in Michigan and when they're actually hatching. How muddy this water is, and the reason why it's really muddy is obviously I took it from a muddy spot in the river. Mud is actually good for finding bugs, okay? A lot of our aquatic insects are burrowing, so that means that they dig themselves down in the mud, and that's where they like to hang out. So hopefully I'll be able to find some of these insects in our big tub of mud. Oh, that's a good one. Oops. This is a gold mine. Come closer. There's all sorts of insects living in here. You have caddis flies, you have stone flies, you have more larvae under here, you have scuds, freshwater snails. All right, field school, here's what we found. We have a large damselfly, we have 2 worms, we have some freshwater scuds, we have snails, we have stoneflies, a huge crayfish, and my favorite one of them all, this enormous stonefly. I'm gonna get these. Look at the size of that crayfish. So trout love to feed off of crayfish. It's a big part of their diet along with a lot of the other bugs. Now, at the end of your bug collection, it is really important to make sure that you put all the bugs back in the water so all the fish can feed on all the bugs.